Stephen Howson, full-time Devils, and Manchester United have moved off 6th place and actually 7th place for the last 24 hours into the dizzy heights, the unprecedented heights of 5th place. And it's not just that, and it's not that we're getting excited about being 5th, but it actually puts us right in the mixer now for catapulting. Actually, up to about 3rd place looks pretty achievable with the games that some of the teams ahead of us have got to play and the games in hand that we have got. Now, when we think about what we've just seen on the pitch, there wasn't a lot to celebrate. We went to a really poor Middlesbrough team. We looked decent in maybe the first 20-30 minutes or so, but once we really started to control the game, actually we started to fall apart. And when we should have really stepped it up and gone on and completely killed the game off, we allowed Middlesbrough back into it. And we allowed Middlesbrough back into it with some crazy substitutions. We're allowing Jose at the moment the time to say that actually the team does need a little bit of a break. Well, we've got that break coming up now with the international break. But we didn't really see the game out with any sort of confidence. That last 10 minutes prior to the winner with Antonio Valencia, there was a time where I thought we might cock this up and we was going to come away with a draw. I didn't really have that confidence that we was going to see the game out, that we was going to be able to go and get the maximum points that we needed to lift ourselves out of 6th place. But we've done it now. We've knocked them Arsenal lot down into 6th place. And hopefully now, this, like I said earlier, this is the springboard for Manchester United to go on and actually get into that top 4. The teams around us have all got to play each other and we just need to start taking advantage of it. A couple of weeks off now with the international break. Hopefully we come back a little bit refreshed and we can go into that final portion of the season with a little bit of success. Now, if you go through the team today, I'm not a fan of 3 at the back. When we play 3 at the back, it seems like we're lacking somebody else in midfield. Maybe it was Fellaini and Carrick playing together. It didn't really offer much mobility. So many times, Middlesbrough are awful, and Middlesbrough was coming through the middle of Manchester United, so I wasn't really feeling it. And as the game wore on, the substitutions just seemed to add more and more people to the back line rather than people into the middle of the pitch where we needed to fight and win that battle. That's a worry. Without Herrera, without Pogba, Manchester United don't really have anything to stop what's coming through. Carrick was on his own a little bit. Fellaini was all over the place. At times it looked like we was playing a back 6, later in the game a back 7. And it really left a massive disconnect between the midfield, which was virtually non-existent, the defence, and then finally the attack. Up front, the attackers was creating space. They was managing to get in and behind the Middlesbrough defence, and he was doing quite well at that. Marcus Rashford showing that when he plays against a team with a decent amount of space in and around him, Middlesbrough didn't really sit back at us at all today. When he finds that space, he can make things happen. He definitely needs to work on his finishing a little bit. That is the poorest aspect of his game, but his tenacity and his enthusiasm and his pace makes things happen, as we saw multiple times today. Jesse Lingard hit a spectacular goal for the second, which pretty much seen the game out for us, but there was a bit of a period where it was a bit shaky and I wasn't 100% sure that we was going to hold them off. And then Antonio Valencia showing why you never give up on a 50-50 ball. He kept chasing, he pressured the keeper, Valdez slipped, and he carries on and he goes and taps it in for probably the easiest goal we're ever going to see anyone score in a Manchester United shirt. Overall, we get the 3 points. It wasn't the greatest of performances, so hopefully we can kick on from here now and we can start to have a little bit of a say in what goes on in this top 4 in the Premier League. Jose Mourinho's just doing his interview, so I can't turn it up too much. I won't be able to hear what he's saying, and I can't have that audio leaking onto this, otherwise we get in trouble. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Rashford needs to get his finishing practice on. Marcus Rashford, for anyone who's watched him coming through the academy, has never been a goal scorer. He's never been the guy that that really scores hundreds of goals. He was only ever like a goal every other game sort of centre forward. So why would you think that? Someone in the comments, Rory says Rashford needs a loan. He needs to understand. He needs to play more. He's played 37 times for Manchester United this season. I don't think he needs. I don't really think he needs that much more game time. He just needs to maybe work on what he needs to work on. He definitely needs to work on finishing. But as I said a couple of weeks ago, Alan Shearer scored 23 goals in his first 5 seasons in a top flight football. So let's not put too much pressure on Marcus Rashford yet. His development's going fine. I'm not really bothered about him. The Ross Project says sloppy defending. It was sloppy defending, but I think that defending starts with the midfield, and I think the midfield wasn't able to offer any protection. Smalling and Jones looked like the Chuckle Brothers at the back though, didn't they? There was calamitous. I don't know how long we're going to persist playing these two at the moment. I really wonder. Someone in the comments here just said I missed the name, I'm sorry. Are we better without Zlatan? I'm not sure you can say we are better without Zlatan. No, I think we're different without Zlatan. I think that's all you can really say. Without having a whole season to run parallel with this one, how can we say for definite if we're better? Forever fifth, are we now? I don't think so. I actually think within the next couple of rounds of Premier League games, obviously that's going to be a few weeks ahead of us, but with a couple more rounds of Premier League games, I think you'll find Manchester United will be third or fourth. I don't think we'll be fifth. We're certainly not going to be sixth. I'll say that for free. Fellaini was stronger than Carrick today. Maybe he was stronger, but his positioning is all over the place. It's like trying to herd a cat with Fellaini. I don't think he's got positional discipline to play as one of the holding midfielders. What he did with the ball and what he did off the ball was okay, but positioning wise, he didn't really offer us any sort of stable platform. There was no symmetry to what he was doing. It was just a little bit all over the place. Disney says the best right back in the league. My dad's been here for the match, and I said to my dad, I wouldn't want United to sign someone in the summer. I would rather Tony Valencia plays because I absolutely love him. His attitude is fantastic. His work rate is fantastic. He's just an honest, down-to-earth guy, and that's that. Oh, don't you worry. We will be tweeting everyone who's told us sixth. Loads of Arsenal fans need to stand by. Queen of Stamford says, not mad, just can't stop laughing. Don't know what you're on about. Indy says, Timbo should have come on. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? Arman says, really like Rashford's performance. So promising. I agree. Carrick is a legend, says Kudzai. Pogba was... What was that one? Missed. Yasin says, possibly, yeah. I think we missed a heart of a midfield. I think Pogba and Herrera were both missed. City and Liverpool to draw. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It's a decent result for us either way because they're all dropping points. I think the best result probably is a draw, but because we can't overtake Liverpool when we win our game in hand anyway. So I think let them draw. That means less points get given out into that top four, and let's see what happens. Sell Darmian says being Mashash. Well, yeah, I think we've got better options than Darmian. I think United will be second at the end of the season. I think we'll be top four, and ultimately, if you're not first and you're inside the top four, that's all that really matters, isn't it? Whether you come second or third, who cares? Because ultimately, you've not won anything. So, Champions League qualification is not a trophy, but it is a target that we have to aim for. And if we're not first, I don't care if we come second, third or fourth, it doesn't really matter. Smalling needs to be dropped, says Rubber Duck. Man of the match, Lingard, says Bilal. I thought Lingard's movement in that final third in the space was excellent, and I thought he was creating a lot. He was getting on the end of stuff. He had a couple of opportunities he didn't really put away, but yeah, I thought he was good. I'm not sure if I'd say man of the match, but it was a fantastic goal that he scored. Coincidence, all our main players are out with long running. Yeah, I think it's just a coincidence. Two of them are suspended, one of them got injured. It's a total coincidence. Awful Smalling, awesome Lingard, says Ibrahim. Top four, here we come and win Europa League. If we get into the top four in the league, then yeah, let's go all the way in the Europa League. The only thing that I've ever had against the Europa League is that the longer you're in it, the more it sort of affects what you do in the league. Now, if it's not really going to affect what we're doing in the league, then I'm not arsed. Let's go win the thing. We have 2 games in hand. Yes, we do have 2 games in hand, but only one on City, I think. That might be... No, that's still going to be one, I think. Change my Twitter. I'll be doing that in a second, don't worry. Mates took the piss because we're 7th, now we're 5th. Yep. Bailly was man of the match. Bailly was good. It's good to see him back. Ali says, unhappy with how deep we defended. Yes, I agree. And that maybe accentuated the lack of a midfield because we defended so deep. Yeah, maybe that was why the midfield looked like it was just non-existent. How was Young? I thought he was okay. I don't know if he was brilliant or amazing, but I thought it was a decent performance from him. There's still a couple of times where he leaves me scratching my head, but the assist for Fellaini was a good one, and Fellaini took it well. Again, marking from defences, I don't know what they're doing. There was 2 defenders there, and as the ball's coming in, they look like they're both marking Fellaini. Fellaini just drifts off. They've not even looked at him, and he just nods it into the net. Happy days. Valdez is a United agent. Maybe. Is De Gea injured? Not that I know of. 4 points in 2 games will be good. City and Liverpool to draw. Great performance from Lingard, says Azia. Mata was underrated today. Yeah, I think the forward 3 struggled with... We didn't really dominate possession massively today. I thought they did all right with the scraps that they was getting. Rashford should have kept... What was that? should have kept calm today. Ultimately, that's the thing with Rashford, his composure is indifferent. He's a young lad. It's going to happen like that. What do I say about the formation? I don't like it. I don't like 3 at the back. I think it leaves you exposed in midfield. The sooner we get back to 4-3-3, which I think is our best formation, the better for me. Good to see Martial get back onto the pitch as well. A little bit gutted that we didn't see Fosu Mensah, but such is life. Is Pogba back after the internationals? I guess so. Jose seemed to think that he was going to be missing the internationals. I don't know if he'd been withdrawn from the French squad. So it would be interesting to see how he does. Anyway, make sure to keep it locked to Full Time Devils. We've got Adam coming live from the Riverside very soon, and then we'll have all the fan cams for you. And remember, we are no longer 6, so make sure you go and take the piss out of any of your Arsenal fan that you mates with. If you've got any Arsenal mates, I mean, you've got to question your life if you have. But if you have, go and take the piss out of them. See you later.